Welcome to Everyday Reviews and welcome to Woodstock, Ontario. What's the significance of our location? Well, Woodstock is home to TMMC, which is Toyota Motor Manufacturing Canada, one of their two plants. And this plant builds a lot of cars. How many? Well, they've built over 11 million Toyotas to date, and two of those models are really important, and that is the RAV4 and the RAV4 Hybrid. So we're here as one of the very first to test drive the brand new 6th generation RAV4. How important is this vehicle to Toyota? Well, it's the best-selling compact SUV in both Canada and, of course, North America, the United States as well. So a lot of cars are built here, and for 2026, all new redesign on the 6th generation, lots of changes, including, hey, it only comes electrified now, so stay tuned. Compared to the outgoing RAV4, the dimensions of the new generation RAV pretty well remain the same, as does the wheelbase. The big change though is the styling. Design-wise, Toyota has gone bold. You'll notice a more defined hammerhead front end. It's inspired by the latest Prius and the Crown, you could even say the Lexus RX. It'll come with 3 distinct personalities. There is the core, which is clean and refined. You'll see it on the LE, the XLE, and the Limited. You get a paint match grille, it's all one piece, so making manufacture even easier. It has chiseled lines and it comes as a hybrid only. The next one is the rugged or your outdoor and adventure style, and that's your Woodland Edition. This gets a different split grille. You also get higher ground clearance, all-terrain tires, roof rails with crossbars, you get integrated rigid fog lamps, and a standard trailer hitch. And I have to say, this turned out even better than I was expecting. They executed this very well. Next personality is the Sport, and that includes the SE and the XSE, and the very first ever GR Sport plug-in hybrid, which gets aggressive styling, larger wheels, and a lower stance. I love this red, by the way. All RAVs are available with a power rear hatch as well as a hands-free option. Like the outgoing model, lots of great flat utility once you open it up, and check this out. You get a spare tire. No inflator kit here. And just like the outside of the RAV4, the inside is completely redesigned. We have Michael from Trackworthy in the driver's seat. We are on our way to Woodstock, to the plant where they actually make these RAV4s. But before we get there, let's talk about some of the interior changes, and there are a lot of them. Okay, first up, I gotta say, it has been so warm in the Ontario area for the last probably month or so. Definitely unlike temperatures for this time of year, other than today. It is pouring rain, as you can see in some of these videos. It's basically flooding. But, okay, what is overflowing though are new features on the interior of this RAV4, starting from the 2 screens that you see. Standard now, you have a 12.3-inch instrument display, and of course you can change different things on it. If you go and change your drive modes, you get all these different animations. In the middle, you go from 8-inch to 10.5 inches that we have here. But if you go for the XSE tech package, that goes all the way up to 12.9 inches now. This also has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Not only that, they have a new system called RAV4. And this system, first of all, it has a lot more RAM. It's 4 times faster. You have a lot more storage, 256 gigs of storage. We have over-the-air updates. Depending on what trim you get, you have 360 cameras. And check this out. I'm not sure if this is just because, as you can see here, we are running pre-production software right now. But this, when we actually hit our camera button, is showing us the cameras in operation while we are driving on the highway right now. Normally, they normally turn off. But speaking of cameras, another thing, this is a big thing. And I've said this for years, that every manufacturer should be doing, is using the cameras that are already built in to the vehicle for the safety systems, and why not turn them into dash cameras or as they call it here, drive recorders. Now this actually has drive recording, and that is standard on every single RAV4. That's amazing. And you know, you can have a trigger as well. Yeah, so doesn't matter what you get, you're gonna get a dash camera. Another thing, big improvement, this one has heated steering wheel. We have heated seats in this Woodland as well. If you go for the XSE tech package that we drove earlier as well, you also get ventilated seats and heated rear seats. But the big difference, this heated steering wheel is heated all the way around. It's not only halfway like we had on our Highlander before. I always criticized Toyota for, hey, why don't you heat the whole thing? All right, so now you're getting a full heated steering wheel on there. You have lots of storage. I can put another phone right beside that wireless charging spot. We have a shelf area up top. Down below, more storage. And you'll see on here, you have these quick buttons here. So if we want to change our drive mode, an easy push, you want to go back to normal, just hit that. And if you have your different terrains, your trail, your snow, right there. Another thing to note, which I'm a fan of, first of all, on the bottom dock, this is permanent. It's always on there, so you can always see your HVAC controls, but you have hard buttons for your temperature adjustment there, as well as your defrost for your front and rear. Also new, this is the regular shifter that you get on this Woodland, but if you go into the XST Tech, which we drove, it uses a shift-by-wire shifter, and it saves some room up front here. We have 2 drink holders here, as you can see, the water bottles, standard water bottles. This would hold a nice Yeti tumbler. 45-watt charging for the USB-Cs here. There's 5 USB-Cs in this vehicle. Then we get to storage in the middle here. This middle bin opens both ways. Sorry, Michael. And not only that, there's another party trick. It comes right off. So you could use this as a tray. So hey, go through the drive-through, put your burger and fries up there. No, just kidding. But it is a pretty good tray though. It's not bad at all. See, there it is. That's pretty cool. I like that. This Woodland has a regular rear view mirror. However, on the XSE with technology package, that turns into a digital rear view mirror. We get a sunroof here with a manual sunshade. Top trim of the tech package that we're talking about gets the panoramic roof with the power sunshade. These seats are made out of soft tex. Essentially, it is their artificial leather. I like the color. This is mineral, but you see that you get these orange accents throughout this Woodland trim here, and including the steering wheel right there. Yeah. So this trim does not have it, but the XSE with technology package for the first time in a RAV4 is available with a brand new head-up display. One thing I should note on this system here, what I really do like is if you're using your mobile, for instance, your CarPlay's navigation, the turn-by-turn instructions or directions will actually show up on your instrument cluster now. Not only was it cool to be one of the first to drive these pre-production RAV4s, but getting a chance to see where they're produced is maybe even cooler. Toyota Motor Manufacturing Canada, or TMMC in Ontario, does have some flexes other than the producer of the RAV4, like being the first plant outside of Japan to manufacture Lexus vehicles, or being the top award-winning plant globally. They've produced over 11 million vehicles, and on a short visit, we learn about the stringent quality control and machine and human logistics involved in producing over 500,000 vehicles per year. This here is the Karakuri Dojo, which associates can learn and try out different techniques using some common physics to reduce workloads while being more efficient. By doing so, not only increases productivity, but can reduce strain and injury to the associate as well. You know what, they've really thought about everything at this plant. TMMC is often benchmarked when it comes to automotive production, and I can see why. Time to get behind the driver's seat. All right, that was pretty incredible, wasn't it? Like, can you believe that, like, the thing is every 54 seconds, under a minute, there's a new RAV4 rolling off the assembly line at that plant. That's just, it's mind-blowing. Yet, they still can't make enough of them. That's how popular the RAV4 has been, and it has been for years. And and wait till the 6th generation comes. So we mentioned earlier on at the beginning, hey, it's electrified. Yes, now all RAV4s are electrified. That doesn't mean that they are EVs, but there's no more gas-only variants. So now it's only either a hybrid or plug-in hybrid. And so at the Woodstock plant, they are making the hybrid. The PHEV, it will be made in Japan. The hybrid is also made in the Cambridge plant, as well, I believe, in Kentucky in the United States. So yeah, hopefully they can ramp things up and build lots of these. So what's powering this? It's different again. So you have a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that's matched to a 5th generation hybrid system now. So power has been increased. So you go from 219 to 236 horsepower now, and that's thanks to, you get a larger electric front motor. 134 kilowatts before, now it's 150 kilowatts. You have the same 40 kilowatt in the rear. In Canada, all RAV4s are all-wheel drive. We do not have a 2-wheel drive variant here, which makes sense because most Canadians will opt for the all-wheel drive. So let's quickly talk about the PHEV, which we do not have here to test yet. It will be coming out late in Q1, by the way, and we'll make sure that we test that and we'll let you know when it comes out. So that one is all new, quite a few things new. First of all, you get a larger battery. You go from 18 kilowatts to over 20 kilowatts now, and that's going to increase your EV range by 20%. So you get an estimated 80 kilometers of range now. That's pretty incredible, right? And I personally know people that own the current generation RAV4 Prime or PHEV, and they're getting, sometimes in the summertime, over 80 kilometers themselves. It's about 50 miles. So I think that this one will actually get even better than that. Not only that, you're going to get more power, 320 horsepower now, as well, faster charging. So depending on what trim you can get, for regular level 2 charging, 11.2 kilowatt charging. It'll charge us to about, from 0 to 100% in about 3 hours. But if you get the XSC with the tech package, you will actually get DC fast charging up to 50 kilowatts. That's really, really good. That's gonna be really quick. And what they've done is they've made a very popular vehicle even better, and it's gonna be even more popular, which they say that they're gonna take care of that, because you guys probably know how hard it is or was to get a RAV4 Prime or a PHEV. I personally was trying to buy one. I know some people that waited years to get their Prime. So Toyota Canada says that they are hoping to sell 20% of their RAV4s as PHEVs, which means they're gonna have to get more. They are going to have to, get more, get more built and have them available for us Canadians here. The PHEV's lithium battery is not only larger now, they've actually redesigned it. It has better thermal management. It can use a heater to heat the battery up for optimal charging even now, and cooling it, and that's going to help for longevity as well. Also, it's been repackaged. It's more compact. And what they've done now, because it's more compact, they're able to even put the onboard charger and bring it back up front underneath the hood, which frees up room in the rear, so there's less compromise for any type of cargo area, which is really good. Now, we mentioned the different trims. We have the Core, you get the Rugged, and then you have the Sport trims. The PHEV is not available in every trim. In the US, you could actually get it with the Woodland that we actually showed you the interior of. In Canada, the Woodland only comes with the 2.5 hybrid, but if you go into the SE, the XSE, and the new GR Sport, that comes with a PHEV, so that's huge. That GR Sport, hopefully we can actually get one of those to test. That thing's gonna be hot. Not only, first of all, you're getting an updated suspension, so it's a sportier suspension. You get, 320 horsepower. It has a different appearance. Not only that, even the wheels are different on there. They're 5 pounds lighter per rim, and that unsprung weight will also make a difference with that suspension. So make sure to follow along. We'll let you know when we actually get one of those. Now, speaking of suspension and ride, one big thing they've improved on this new platform here is the ride, the harshness, and the noise, and we have really tested that today. First of all, it's been pouring rain, and this thing it's really isolated us from the gross weather outside. It is noticeably quieter, and that's due to how they've actually manufactured this vehicle. They use more high-strength steel, they use different adhesives, they use more welds. There's about 500 more welds. I believe it's around 4,100 welds on this vehicle, when previously it was around 3,500 and something. So more welds means a more rigid platform. Suspension can work better, but it's also a lot quieter. And with this torque, with the electric system, it's fairly seamless. It really is when that gas engine does come on. Now, if you really put your foot into it and demand the engine to actually really work, you are going to hear it, as you can hear there. But yeah, the pickup is good. It's really, really smooth. And of course, fuel economy is where it's gonna really, really shine. Real world fuel consumption for all day. We've been driving for close to 6 hours on the road today. We are averaging 6.2 liters per 100 kilometers in combined city and highway driving in the pouring rain. We mentioned some of the standard features like the drive recorder. That's pretty amazing. We just tested the Hyundai Palisade, which had a first ever dash camera built in, but that was only available on the very top trim. The fact that Toyota has included this on every single trim of RAV4 is amazing. It really is. Now, which cameras is it going to use? It's going to use whatever cameras your vehicle is equipped with your package. So if you don't have a surround view or a 360 camera or panoramic camera, then it's only probably going to have just the front and the rear. Another thing that comes standard is Toyota Safety Sense 4.0. The current one is at 2.5. So it's improved in all aspects. And one thing that's very, very different is they all come with radar cruise control, so you can set your distance with the vehicle in front of you. But now this radar cruise control has different settings. You can set it to an eco setting. So what that's going to do is it's going to maximize your efficiency. It's not going to make you tailgate, but it's going to set the distance where you're going to maximize your aerodynamics, for instance. So that's going to actually help save along with the hybrid system. Another thing that's going to help save, they have these air flaps now, and they're standard as well, that they're basically right by the front tire, that over 70 kilometers an hour, they'll come down, and it's going to actually create better aerodynamics for, for an SUV. We kind of need it. The new RAV4 really hits all the marks. You have, better utility, more efficiency, more power, more technology. It's all there so they've really made a good package even better. And this vehicle is very important to Toyota. How important? Well, you know what? They've sold over 14 million RAV4s globally. 1 million of them right here in Canada alone. So they couldn't really screw it up, and they really didn't. It really is everything that the previous RAV4 was, but just enhanced and just made better. And by doing that, it's just kind of really cementing their place at the top of the compact SUV. And I'd say probably for many more years to come. So what do you think? Make sure to leave a comment below, and also hit that subscribe button and that bell notification if you haven't already, because when the new PHEV comes and we get to test that, you'll know when that video drops. From a rainy Ontario, hope to see you on the next Everyday Review. Ciao.